But you were saying?
Oh yeah, the singer from Hush Sound. He used to sing for the audition, and then he started a really weird piano rock band, folky piano rock band, emo band,
What, what's that band called?
the Hush Sound.
Oh, the Hush Sound.
Yeah, they were incredible.
What happened to them?
They broke up. I know uh Gretchen, the female vocalist and keyboard player, she had like something wrong with her throat and she just couldn't sing anymore.
Oh, damn.
She like wrote a book about it and everything, and then they just like stopped playing music. I think they may have started other bands that I'm not aware of, but yeah, they kind of just stopped playing music, and then like Panic at the Disco came out and just like blew up. But yeah, they were kind of doing panicky stuff before Panic at the Disco. Really fucking good. Their album Like Vines is a 10 out of 10 record.
That's crazy. I'll have to check that out. I have never heard of that. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of My Violet Tendencies. Back after another long hiatus, but never a bad time to podcast. And I'm joined today with my good friend Chris Eastwood. We're going to see Hit the Lights tonight, and we're just killing time. And yeah, thought we'd start doing a podcast, I guess.
Why not? We're already several beers into the evening.
Yeah. I think I left my beer over there. But yeah, I don't know. We were talking about.
Go get it. Go get all the beers. Just grab the case. It's right
Well,
there.
start talking about stuff then.
Start talking about
Start
stuff
talking about stuff.
on your podcast.
Yeah. We were talking about what the hell were we talking about right before we started?
We were talking about the Hush Sound.
Okay.
I saw your copy of Illinois by Sufjan Stevens, and I said I remember that they cited that as like one of their biggest influences as a band.
That's a great album.
Yeah, it's a super weird fucking record.
I love that
it made me look into it because I'm like, what the fuck?
I love that. I don't even remember how, because there, like, every once in a while I would like come across like some weird song or something that was like an artist that I like a weird like inspiration. That's how I started listening to the Mountain Goats, because they're like Soupy from the One Year's favorite band, and yeah, I just came across. I think it's specifically because I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's like a whole album based on Illinois.
Yeah.
And then like the song Chicago is incredible on that album. And
I always saw it because I used to be like, man, I'm so annoyed that no like Chicago like grindcore or hardcore bands are like referring to themselves as Illinois.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That's a huge, huge wasted opportunity.
And every time I thought about that, I always came across that album cover. I'm like, man, I should check this record out. And then when the Hush Sound mentioned it in like Alternative Press magazine in like 2003 or fucking whatever, I actually checked it out.
You also you were looking over there and you noticed not an original pressing, but a re-release that you didn't realize happened of Set Your Goals Mutiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got like 4 copies of it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They did it. They re-released it in like a bunch of different like variants, and I was a psychopath, and I was like, I have to buy every single one.
Yeah, I remember the original is hard to fucking get. It's like non-existent. It's like Comeback Kids, Wake the Dead. It's like trying to find a copy of that is like crazy because they just don't repress it. They actually just dropped one, and I didn't even bother trying to get it because it was limited to 50, and it was an in-store record thing for somewhere in Canada, but it was Wake the Dead on dirt-filled vinyl.
Damn.
Yeah, I
like
don't know how,
they
they
like
fill
literally
the vinyl with dirt. Like you know how there's like, hang on, sorry, I had a
you're good.
beer burp. Sometimes they like fill like vinyls with like liquid or something like that.
Yeah,
they filled it with dirt.
That's so wild.
Like the Gravedigger on the cover of the album.
That's cool as hell.
It was like limited to 50, and they're like, yeah, whatever leftovers are from the record thing, we'll put up online. I'm like, well, if there's any going to be left, there's like 3 that go up, and people are going to go crazy over that.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. I doubt there probably was any left.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't even bother checking.
It's like for record store day. They always do like those crazy releases for stuff, and
Yeah, I always check to see if there's anything I like want. I'm not as crazy with records as I used to be, where I used to literally just camp out at for record store day for like random things.
Oh
Like I
man.
need that Nosferatu like fucking mini picture disc or some weird like miniature kill switch engage picture disc that I need for no reason.
I'm the only real cool like record store day like thing that I ever was able to get was they did like a little 7-inch of the Ramones song Havana Affair,
Yeah.
and like the one side is them, and then the flip side is the Red Hot Chili Peppers cover of it. And I'm like, damn, and I love the Chili
Yeah,
Peppers, and
record store day, they always do cool shit like that. Or like live releases. There's the one that's coming up soon. Fuck, I need to remember when that's gonna be because there's like a
I feel like it's usually in
they're
April.
re-releasing Dillinger Escape Plans EP Under the Running Board, which has never been pressed on vinyl before, and I really fucking want that because I know hype beasts are gonna buy that and it's gonna be like really expensive.
They're gonna try to flip that for big
Yeah,
cash. Man, do you what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You mean you don't know? We had so much planned. No, we didn't. We had nothing planned,
We're just sitting around watching YouTube stuff on wrestling.
dude.
This weird Japanese wrestling matches.
That was unhinged in all the best ways. Watching Madman Pondo fight. Who was it? Kobayashi.
Yeah, and a bunch of other Japanese wrestlers in Big Japan Wrestling in like the set of a Japanese
Like a
game
house.
show house.
They're just destroying this house.
Yeah, dude, Japanese wrestling is amazing. Yeah, it's like a Japanese game show, and they're like, "Well, we're done using this house, so you guys can just destroy it." So they're like, "All right, we're gonna wrestle and just beat the fuck out of each other inside of it."
God, that would that. There's got to be some sort of like
That's like Prime Pondo too.
yeah. Like there's got to be some sort of like compilation like tape collector that like has all these like
Oh, absolutely.
weird like house matches.
Yeah,
I
I'm
bet
sure there's still
Cabana probably
crazy.
knows.
Oh yeah, yeah. If anyone knows, it's Cabana. There's still crazy like tape collectors out there. My dad was like a kind of the infancy of what you could call a tape trader, and that's how I fucking found
Really?
out about wrestling. Yeah, because like we didn't have like cable or anything like that. Like growing up, like we had like public access channels and shit like that, and like my dad
Yeah.
had like a VCR, so we'd like watch movies all the time. But like we'd have public access channels, and like it's like a vast amount of public access channels,
There's like a
and
fuck
like
ton.
people would air like anything, and there was like one channel that would always air a bunch of NWA and AWA, like old NWA and AWA matches. So my dad would always be watching that shit. And then there was a Spanish channel that would show a bunch of like it's just like old like AAA CMLL like shit like that, like old like Lucha Libre. So me and my dad would watch like old NWA AWA stuff, and we watch a whole bunch of old like Mexican wrestling stuff, and that's how I like
The,
found out about wrestling.
the
Because then we started
damn.
watching WCW when that started like getting syndicated and started like getting more popularized in like the early '90s. And then, because everyone we watched in NWA, like, oh, well, they're all in WCW now. So it's pretty much like
Basically.
NWA into that. So, and then I started watching WWF not until like, shit, I'm trying to remember. I think, yeah, Brett or Diesel were the first champions I remember in WWF when I first started watching it.
Yeah.
Because I was watching everything else
Yeah.
old Mexican wrestling or NWA or AWA.
I feel like that was the same way for me growing up. Like I didn't even realize that WWF was an option until like much later on,
Yeah.
and like after like I was like a WCW kid growing up.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like right around that time, maybe like a little bit later than that was like when I started watching WWF, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Like I remember when Mankind showed up in WWF, my dad's like, "I swear to fuck, that's Cactus Jack." I'm like, no, it's not. There's no way that's Cactus Jack. He's like, "No, it's Cactus Jack." I'm like, "I think that's Cactus Jack."
That's crazy.
Yeah, am I just like a little ass kid?
That's awesome. Like so you literally like you arguably grew up fandom wise like right in the best time
Yeah,
to be a wrestling fan.
yeah, pretty much. I guess I always say that I lived the best. I was like the perfect age for like everything that I like.
Well,
Like
yeah.
for music, like all like when I was in like fucking high school and right after high school, it's like all the music that I still almost exclusively listen to. And when I was a kid, that was like the prime age for watching wrestling. And like I said, like had my dad who would show me old wrestling all the time. So like that's why I love like NWA and just like people just like real looking fights.
Yeah.
Because in NWA it was just like bloody all the time. People are just like getting busted open. It's like just dusty, bleeding everywhere, blood
It's
bleeding
like
everywhere.
watching AEW nowadays.
Pretty much, yeah.
But, Moxley bled last week on or this
Oh
past
yeah, for
Wednesday.
no reason.
Yeah, him and Claudio were going at it, and I was just like, I looked up and I'm like,
Yeah, I
this
don't even
man's
know how that
bleeding.
happened. I still don't even see the end of that match because like I have it on record all the time, and I always forget that my recording cuts off the last like 2 minutes. It never records the last 2 minutes, so it
Oh
cuts off
yeah.
like when Max was in the sharpshooter,
Oh
and then it
yeah.
just cuts off. I'm like, ah, ah, ah.
Ah. But you mentioned your dad being the earliest level of tape trading. What kind of trading did he
So
start with?
he would get like just like tapes. So him and because he worked at this blueprint factory called Weber Valentine like for most of my life, and he had all these like coworkers that he worked with, and they would like record all just have all these old matches and just random things that they would record and they'd just give to my dad. And I remember my dad was like just it's like old WWF stuff that like we never watched because we didn't have
Mm.
cable or anything like that. So I remember like I came downstairs one day and I'm so used to watching like NWA and AWA like like real wrestling. And I can remember coming downstairs and I see Ultimate Warrior, who I've never seen in my life. I don't know who this person is. And I see him violently puking black bile, and I see Papa
Oh,
Shango like laughing, and I'm like, this is the coolest human being I've ever seen referring to Papa Shango,
hell
which
yeah.
started my lifelong love for Charles Wright as my favorite wrestler of all time. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? My dad's like, oh, this is Ultimate Warrior in WWF, and then he's like, yeah, I got all these WWF tapes, and we were like watching all this like old WWF matches and shit like that, and that's how I started finding out about old WWF because the only way I knew about it was through toys
Oh
because I
yeah.
had the old Hasbro's and some of the old LJN Big Rubber guys back in the day.
From WWF figures.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep having to fucking clear my throat every few seconds.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah, fucking. Because my dad would just buy me toys all the time, and I'd always get wrestling figures. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know who some of these guys are, but I'm like, oh, there's a Hasbro Ric Flair. I know who this guy is. I see him in NWA. I got my Dusty Rhodes, and I'm aware, like, I know who Macho Man is, like, and like, I'm aware who people are. I just
Yeah.
don't really see them wrestle.
That's so cool. And
Like,
like
I'm aware of the idea of Hulk Hogan, but like, I've never seen him wrestle. I know he's like the biggest thing in wrestling, but I would just see him on like kids like T-shirts and shit like that, and on toys.
yeah. That's interesting. That like a lot of like your exposure was I mean that's kind of what they were going for like with a lot of stuff like especially that throughout that time with like television shows and
Yeah,
stuff
because
like
like not knowing guys, like I thought guys were like bigger in the industry than they were. Like I remember when I had the Repo Man figure, I thought it was the coolest figure ever. And fucking just so many guys who were like top guys in my fig fed who were just straight up jobbers.
just random
Yeah.
jobbers. I remember my cousin used to have a bunch of those big rubber ones,
Mm-hmm.
and like I just remember, I specifically remember that King Kong Bundy figure being so
Oh, you
dense.
can fucking murder someone with that thing.
Bro, I remember I dropped him on my foot, like on my bare foot, and it like I swear I thought he broke my toe. Like it was
Yeah, that's a large LJN
it,
figure.
you can
It's
yeah,
like
you definitely
fucking
knock
eight
somebody out with that.
pounds.
God. Yeah, those were pretty sweet. That's insane too, like how like and they were just like in like poses
Yeah.
and
The
stuff.
first
Like
two figures I ever owned, I had the Jesse Ventura and the Macho King LJNs. Those are my first two wrestling figures I ever owned. Because first I got the Jesse Ventura, and cause it was all chipped away, and I thought it was a Hulk Hogan because he looked like Hulk
Oh
Hogan,
yeah, they
but
look
all the
similar.
paint was so chipped away. Because I found it at a garage sale, but I'm like, oh, I know this is a wrestling figure. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
it's Hulk Hogan. I see the fucking handlebar mustache, the fucking
the shades.
sunglasses. I don't think Hulk Hogan ever wore shades, but in my mind as a kid, I was like, oh, it's Hulk Hogan shades. He's gonna,
Yeah,
But I'm like, oh, it's a guy in a bandana and handlebar mustache. It's Hogan. And then I'm found out later, I'm like, oh, it's Jesse the Body Ventura, but way cooler now, in my opinion.
the definitely the cooler
Significantly cooler.
guy. I love Jesse Ventura. I've bumped into him. We were at WrestleMania one year. I think it was in Dallas. No, it was in New York, and we were all riding the elevator at WrestleCon and rode the elevator up with him. Didn't even like I was totally oblivious to him being in the elevator with us.
I would have popped
Otherwise,
so
I would have
fucking
said hello.
hard.
Like I would have at least tried to shake his hand, but
Like,
we didn't
sir,
realize
you know
until
my
he got
fellow
off.
Predator.
Yeah, I ain't got time to bleed. Arguably the coolest line in like any movie.
Suicide Silence made a whole album titled after that.
Really?
Yeah, No Time to Bleed.
That's pretty sweet.
They recorded the whole album on mushrooms. So the whole story behind that record, they wrote and recorded the whole album on mushrooms, which is awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
They just wanted to try something different as a band because they're like, well, we did this, like, we've been touring hard on this like deathcore shit. Let's take the deathcore and let's try and be more creative with it and see what we can do. And they made a really weird deathcore record with it. It's really good.
it's good.
Yeah.
I have to check it out. What do you got? What other recommendations of?
I mean, Belmont is insanely
Belmont.
fucking good. Because they're from Chicago. Obviously, they're called Belmont. They're like pop punk, but they're like, I don't know. It's so hard to explain. They're like progressive metal mixed with pop punk. Like I don't know how to explain it. They're really fucking good though. Like
Yeah.
extremely good, and they should be way fucking bigger than they are.
I
Because
think
they used to just be straight up like a pop punk band, pretty much. They had like breakdowns that was like their metal-y part, but now they're like a gent band. It's like After the Burial, like kind of like parts mixed with like pop punk. It's really fucking good. They just put out a new record, which is insane. They're literally playing Bottom Lounge in like a few days.
I was just gonna say. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they're playing Battle Lounge.
Yeah, they're playing Bottom Lounge in literally a few days. But choices had to be made and Hit the Lights.
Yeah. I was thinking about like I can't even remember the last time I saw Hit the Lights live. Like maybe 2010.
Last time I saw them was when they played with Seaway at the Double Door, when the Double Door was still a fucking venue. I think that was the last time, because before then they played Reggie's. And it was so funny because that show came up in my Facebook memories when they played at Reggie's, and I remember I like took like a bus and a train to go to Reggie's by myself to see Hit the Lights, because I fucking love Hit the Lights. And a Facebook memory came up of the show, and I remember seeing it. I'm like, the Stories So Far played this show? They were just one of the opening acts of that tour.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's so random. Like, I don't even remember seeing that band because I just went for Hit the Lights because I didn't know who they were, I guess, at the time.
Yeah. Dang. That's always crazy too to think about. Like, if you can remember, or like when you see like those memories that pop
Yeah.
up of like openers, like
I
either
just
that
had
or even
another
on
one.
wrestling shows too. Sometimes to see like, oh shit, so and so was on this card, like,
Oh, yeah.
and then to see where they pop off later, and you're like, fuck, I saw them all the way back then.
Yeah, I
It's
had
crazy.
one with Hatebreed at the Metro. I'm like, did I see Hatebreed at the Metro? And then there's like, because it's like me talking about like, oh, I'm ready to see Hatebreed at the Metro, and I'm like, did I really see Hatebreed at the Metro, or did I just not go to the show? And a few days later, it's like a picture of me watching Dying Fetus, like taking a picture of them. Like Dying Fetus is killing it right now. I'm like, I saw Hatebreed and Dying Fetus at the Metro, and it said Hatebreed with Dying Fetus, Code Orange, and Twitching Tongues. I'm like, I saw Code Orange and Twitching Tongues with Dying Fetus and Hatebreed at the Metro. I'm like, God, my brain is fucking pudding. God damn. I'm like, that's like a legendary show that I should remember every bit of it. But I probably didn't know who Code Orange and Twitching Tongues were. Well, at the time, I knew who Code Orange was, but that was at my time of not liking them, because when they started like I don't know, changing up their sound. They dropped the kids from their name from when they used to be Code Orange Kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not what they used to be because they were like kind of like a grindy band, like Convergy. And I'm like, that's what got me into them.
Yeah.
And they started getting away from that. And I'm like, that's the same reason why I kind of like, I don't know, everyone loves all the new Converge stuff. It's, I know it's objectively good music. It's just not for me. Just give me my chaotic, just screaming, Bannon just screaming his brains onto a microphone. I don't need melody in my Converge.
No, you know what you like.
Yeah, I'll get my melody if I want to listen to like Fall Out Boy or Hit the Lights or something.
Some good old fashioned pop punk.
Yeah.
I am pretty stoked to be going out, leaving the house. Definitely need to do that more often.
Yeah, I'm excited to go throw some spin kicks at some people who aren't suspecting it.
I'm gonna stand back and
Hit
watch.
the Lights show, it's because it's crazy because I've seen them so many times, and every single time it's always the same. It's like people never expect people to anyone to mosh for Hit the Lights. It's like, well, they play mosh parts. They literally have straight up breakdowns. They're
Yeah,
literally all into like hardcore, obviously. But
it'd
it's
be a
always so
sin.
much fun.
It'd be a sin not to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And knowing they're like, if as long as their set list doesn't change from last night, which they usually don't change up their set list whenever they tour, it's a pretty sweet set list and not a
Yeah.
whole lot of breathing time, a whole lot of moshing songs.
Yeah, for real. You sent it to me this morning. It's like, God damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that one. It's gonna be a good ass show.
Um, I had something that I was gonna bring up and I totally forgot now.
That's how that works.
It always does. Um, we were talking earlier about cards, and it's so funny. Like, I never really was like a big card collector. I mean, like, I collected like baseball and football cards and shit growing up, but like
Yeah,
didn't really know anything about them, you know.
yeah.
And
That's how I was. I mean, I bought packs of basketball cards, not knowing anything about them, and then like I would just be into any cards. Like when Marvel made the overpowered trading card game, I was buying those. I never played the trading card game, but they were Marvel cards. I would buy all the Marvel cards. Just anything that had like trading cards I was into when I was a kid.
but it's cool, like when we started doing the wrestling cards at work, and like you guys would like do the card breaks and stuff, and just like learning all the different like, oh, there's like this variant and this one numbered out of this
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like, and just seeing how many different like versions of like cards there were. I was like,
It's so
damn,
much
this
fun.
it is
Yeah.
pretty sweet. And I'm just like, damn. And I started like, you got me back into collecting football cards again.
They're so easy to collect. Take up so little space.
Yeah, well, not really when you buy
Well,
like
yeah,
a
after you build
case.
up, yeah. Now in my garage, I have just like stacks of white boxes of like Magic the Gathering cards and wrestling cards and
Just all the commons and
yeah.
like you can't get rid of them. Like,
Yeah, it's an endless supply. I'm like, eventually I'll find someone that'll buy bulk commons and uncommons, but until then, they're just got in white boxes in my garage.
God, how many cards do you think you got?
Thousands. Like, I mean, I have several thousand just in Magic the Gathering, like bulk commons and uncommons that I've already picked through and scanned through and
Really?
all that. Yeah. I have an app on my phone that scans cards. You sit there with your like phone out. Like people sell devices that hold your phone specifically for this app, so you can just scan cards. But yeah, you just hold it and it just scans the card and it shows you like the market price for that card. You just go to the next one, next one, next one. It goes beep, beep, beep. And it
Is that
scans the
only
card.
that's only for Magic cards, or
I
does it
guess
for
so.
everything?
No, Magic cards. 'Cause it's called Mana Box, so it's like a
Oh,
Magic the Gathering thing.
that's
So.
crazy.
But I mean, yeah, it's
I mean,
like
there's a
the
huge
coolest
market for it.
tool ever.
Yeah, that's
Help me
insane.
sorts my card really easily.
Yeah, I bet. What got you into collecting Magic cards?
When I was like, because I would always play with kids in like the neighborhood, and then like when I was like 11, I guess. So I started playing in I started like knowing about Magic in like '97 because I started hanging out with my friends in the neighborhood, and they played Magic, and I'm like, I don't know what about it. I'd watch them play for like a year or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then about like '98, they would always go to this like card store that was like kind of close to our house. So we'd ride our bikes over there, and I'd go with them all the time. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start like trying to learn how to play this game. So I started learning how to play it, and like, so I started playing it in like '98. So I was 12 at the time when I started playing, and then yeah, I played it pretty much throughout my whole life. I stopped in like I don't know what year Scourge came out. I remember when what
Me
set I
either.
stopped in. Yeah, I remember what set I stopped in. I stopped when Scourge came out, and I started again when Shards of Alara came out. I just don't know what years those were,
Oh,
but
okay.
whatever years those sets came out,
Someone
that
does.
in between there, that was the break that I took in Magic for whatever reasons, probably because the crowd I hung out with was different. That was when I was hanging out with all my goth friends and going to like concerts and
Mm.
no time for Magic, more
Yeah.
time for concerts and youth drugs.
Just different priorities at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
It happens though. That's crazy. Like and it's funny. Like I didn't really know anybody who played growing up. If I did, I just didn't know that they did.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then just like learning about it and was just like, oh, that's cool. Because like I collected Pokemon cards growing up, and
Yeah.
that
I
was
collected it, but never played the
yeah. I
game.
never played the game.
I didn't learn how to play the Pokemon card game until the Pokemon trading card game came out for Game Boy Color. That game is what taught me how to play the trading card game.
See, I like
I
would
got really good at it
I
too.
played the game on Game Boy Color, but like I still never really understood how to play the game. I was just like,
Dude, I got really good at playing it because I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of similar to Magic in a weird way. Obviously, they're both Wizards of the Coast trading card games, but
oh, yeah. I never got into collecting the Magic cards, but it is interesting to see how many like wrestlers and stuff like that are like
yeah, it's
big into
awesome.
Magic.
Yeah, I find out so many people like bands and shit, like the Acacia Strain. I don't know if they still are, but I know they were like sponsored by Magic the Gathering. Like they would get care packages. I know Vincent definitely plays Magic. They literally have a song called Doomblade, which is a Magic the Gathering card. They have a song called Birds of Paradise, which is a Magic the Gathering card. They have a T-shirt that has the image of Doomblade from Magic the Gathering on it, and it says Acacia Strain in the Magic the Gathering font. Yeah, I love that shit.
I think they like it. That's pretty cool though. And then obviously like Brody and Danhausen are big.
Ortiz plays Magic.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
him and Ethan Page did like a signing on one of Ethan Page's vlogs, and like Ortiz is talking about like playing Magic, like he knows how to play Magic and plays with his friends and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's fucking sick.
That is pretty cool. I don't think I know anybody else.
Yeah, I don't really know many. That's why I don't. So even because I don't really go out to like local game stores and play with Magic, and I don't really have friends who play Magic. So usually it's just me building decks, and I'll like play the decks against myself. It's like solitaire games, but it's really good because it helps me fine tune my decks. Because I'm like, all right, this deck is losing because of I'm missing cards like this, and I need these kind of interactions, and it's making all of my decks stronger playing my decks against each other.
That's pretty cool though. At
Yeah.
least you have the option of being
Yeah.
able to do that.
Yeah. Eventually, I'll have friends who play Magic.
Maybe
One day.
I'll play. I'd be
I
down to
keep telling
learn.
Chris Wong I want to teach him how to play because he wants to learn.
Does he?
Yeah.
I feel like
If
doesn't
anyone on planet Earth could get Magic, it'd be Wong.
doesn't
Get that
Castro
shit.
know how to play or he?
He plays Dungeons and Dragons,
Oh,
which I've never
different.
played in my life.
I played
So that's a
one.
whole different realm of nerdism.
I played one campaign with for my friend Jason's birthday a few years ago, and it was interesting. It was fun. I don't know if I have the patience to sit for like an entire campaign though. This was like a quick one with like a up at a party, but
The most I know about Dungeons and Dragons is the movie with Marlon Wayans.
is that the one that just came out? Like
No, that was the old one with Marlon Wayans.
no, I didn't know that.
Wait, you didn't know there was an old Dungeons and Dragons movie that
No.
was goofy as fuck with Marlon Wayans in it?
No, they just
Oh,
had that
man.
new one that came out.
Yeah,
like,
that
recently.
one with that annoying kid from Jurassic World.
Sure, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I don't know. And Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant was in it, right?
Maybe.
He got an action figure for it. It's the
What?
first Hugh Grant action figure. The only Hugh Grant action figure.
I love that you know these
Yeah.
things. See, that's what we should be talking
I
about.
love when actors get like random action figures, and that's like, hey, like Owen Wilson got an action figure for his character that he played in Loki, I guess.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
like, hey, that's Owen Wilson's only action figure. Owen Wilson got an action figure. This whole career he's had as an actor. I mean, he's never really played anything that would warrant an action figure, but
True.
it's crazy to think that these giant actors, like, hey, they've never had an action figure before. Their whole
That's
career.
true. Because like I mean, there really is no like actor action figure market
Yeah,
unless it's
not
like
like
a.
Samuel L. Jackson where he's got a lot of action figures. Like my one buddy, he collects Samuel L. Jackson figures, like one of every character, and there's so many. Like
well,
little
especially
things you can think of, like down to like like Frozone from The Incredibles has like a Funko Pop. So like yeah, you
that's
could have a
fair.
whole Samuel L. Jackson random action figure collection.
What's a what's because I know you're a big figure collector.
Yeah.
What's like what's some of your like most random rare like I can't believe you have that in your collection pieces. I know that's a tough one.
Primal Rage figures.
Ooh.
I have a couple Primal Rage figures. I'm a big Sega Genesis fan, so I like Sega Genesis oriented figures. So I found a couple Primal Rage figures, not in box, but with all their accessories. They're little like, because in the game you could eat the little fucking villagers.
Yeah.
So the figures come with little tiny orange villagers, and those are
Oh,
really
I feel like I
rare
remember that.
because those would always get lost.
Yeah.
No one
Oh,
ever
yeah, hell
had
yeah.
because they're fucking like this. But I found a Chaos and a Vertigo. Chaos is my favorite one. That's the giant monkey that farts. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
the best one. He farts and pukes and burps. Best one. So I found him, and I found Vertigo, the giant snake one. And they came in a baggie with their weapons and their little villagers, and they were like dirt cheap. I mean, those are like just the villagers alone are like expensive. I don't think you can get those for like less than like $15 or $20 just for the little tiny orange villager guys.
That's crazy. As soon as you said that, like unlocked a memory in my brain of like I never had those, but like I know my cousin definitely had
Yeah.
those because I remember the little red or the little orange figures.
I'm trying to find the suit. So they made a supersized ones of them. So I'm trying to find the Chaos. Like they're like a big 16-inch ones. So I want to try to find the Chaos one of those. I found a Talon one for pretty cheap, but I really want a Chaos one.
Damn, keep looking.
Yeah.
God, yeah. I never really was a big figure collector until I feel like I started hanging out with you, and then like I started being like, oh, I'm gonna collect all these fucking Godzilla figures now, and I got them all
I
in my
just collected
printer.
toys my whole life. That was all from my dad. I think my dad like collected action figures vicariously through me. Cause like he would buy me every single X-Men figure that came out, every fucking like new figure that came out for like wrestling figures and shit like that. Like he'd be, cause like my dad collected Hot Wheels, so he collected Hot Wheels, but he collected figures for me. So he'd hunt the figures though, like early in the morning at stores, but he'd like try and find the new ones and shit, and like get them for me. And like my Christmases would always be like fucking lit. 'Cause I'd have just
Damn.
boxes with toys. Like the one year, whatever year it was, that it was like a couple years into the X-Men figures coming out. So my dad just like would buy like a figure like every like week, like the whole year, and just fill a box with it. And the end of the year, I just had a giant box to open up, and it was just full of
Action figures.
It was like 40 like X-Men figures, just brand new figures. And he bought me like the pull apart like X-Men compound. Yeah, it was a wild Christmas.
Damn.
I remember that vividly. It was just 40 brand new action figures and a giant like playset to go with it.
I feel like that's not. I don't say that's too much, but it's just like it's
passed
overload.
out under the Christmas tree in a pile of just like open packages and toys.
That's a good. Do you remember what year or like about?
What year did those figures come out? It was later, maybe in like 95. So I was probably like 8 or 9. Maybe it was earlier than that, 94. Maybe 94.
Wow.
Yeah. Around the area of 7, 8, 9, maybe.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Prime years to be a toy fan with those X-Men figures.
Right around the time that Jurassic Park came out.
Yeah. Greatest movie ever made.
Greatest movie ever made. Dude, this guy loves Jurassic Park and dinosaurs more than anybody I think I've ever met.
Oh, yeah. That's like the thing I collect. out of everything I collect. Half my room is like Jurassic Park
Jurassic Park stuff.
memorabilia. Yeah, I've had to like take down all my other collections because my Jurassic Park started from like a couple cabinets and now it's just completely enveloping my room.
What's some of your prized collection pieces for your Jurassic Park collection?
uh, so I didn't get to meet him, but I gave my buddy my Dennis Nedry trading card, and he got it signed by Wayne Knight, and I sent that into PSA, and I got the autograph like Gem Mint 10, so I got that slabbed in one of my cases. Uh, I mean they're still kind of new, but I'm every time I go in my room and I look at my cabinet and I see those fucking night vision goggles,
Oh
I'm just like,
yeah,
yeah, that's real fucking
dude, those
nice.
are so sick. I can't
Yeah,
believe that they, for one, made those.
yeah. They made real like other replica ones. So there's like this replica company that puts out like really expensive, nice like high end replicas, and they made some of those, and they're like $700. They came out earlier this year, but they don't light up or telescope. The Spirit Halloween ones, both do both.
Do both,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Spirit, dude, they've been killing it the last few
Dude,
years.
they're like side items are so fucking cool. Like
And if you
the Killer
go,
Clowns guns, the Mars Attacks guns, all that shit.
and if you go like right after Halloween, it's like marked down to like
As
nothing.
long as shit's left. I remember
Yeah,
I kept walking by all the time because like I would always go shop in that plaza that they were in, and I would always see a couple pairs that because the goggles were like overpriced. They were like $150, something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying that shit. And I kept seeing a single pair there, and I'm like, no one's paying that for them. And then sure enough, I went in there the day after like Halloween, they were still there, and I'm like, should I gamble and wait for the half off day? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the gamble. So I came back the next day and half off day. They were still there, so I got them for like 75.
hell yeah. See, that's worth it.
Yeah, and now they're like one of my favorite things. And Joseph Mazzello does Helicons now, so I'm hoping Fan Expo gets them, and I'll have him sign them.
Oh man.
Him and Ariana Richards started doing cons together, so I'm hoping some Chicago show books them together.
Yeah, I don't. There's, I mean, there's so many shows that pop up here. I feel like one of them will do it.
Fan Expo, if anyone has to get them,
It's probably the best one, right? Or the
probably.
biggest one. We'll have to see. We'll see and find
Yeah.
out. I don't know. Um. Yeah, I don't know. You got anything else you want to talk about?
um, I don't know.
You want to talk about? Oh, we talk about when you were in a fucking band.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was in a band for like 10 years.
This guy
About 10 years.
talk about. I'm the worst fucking host. I'm like, yeah, talk about that thing.
Yeah, I
A
was.
little out of practice.
I sang in a like a metalcore band, I guess. I never liked to call it metalcore, but I guess it's just metalcore band for like 10 years called Burn the Remains.
What? Why don't you like that phrase for it? Or what would you
I don't
you
know.
call it?
I mean, I guess I would just call it fucking metalcore. I always just told people that we played metal, but like, yeah, like I mean, we all of our influences are like metalcore bands and shit like that. I mean, we all listen to all different types of music, but
Sure.
we just like playing heavy music. So, and that went through all different member changes, and then members left and joined other bands, and then it was just down to me. And I'm like, well, I don't really know anyone else that plays music, so it just kind of withers away and dies.
When was the last time you guys played?
Oh fuck! I actually just saw the poster for it because it's next in my poster booklet that I was telling you about that I was looking through. Yeah. It was 2018. 2018, I think, was the last time we played.
Dang.
Yeah, yeah, it's the longest time.
It's the last time the Bears were good too.
I miss playing music.
You should try to get your guys together. Play
Yeah,
another show.
my bassist, who's my best friend, you met him, my buddy Ryan. He still wants to play music. He keeps having kids though. That's the only problem.
Ah,
But I mean, I think he's at a point now with a second child where he's able to start like probably playing music again. And our old drummer, we started hanging out with him, talking to him again because he goes to horror conventions all the time. So he wants to play music again. So
Well, hopefully that works out.
yeah,
You guys can start doing some stuff again.
yeah, that would be fun. Me and my one buddy, we were working on pop punk stuff together.
Yeah, I
He,
remember you were talking
yeah,
about that.
he randomly hit me up and wanted to start working on some stuff again, which is something that I wanted to do because I like playing metal, but I mean, I primarily like pop punk. Generally listen to pop punk more than metal.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Well, yeah. Well, I feel like as long as you guys are find the time to do it,
Yeah, yeah, I just gotta
that's
make
the time.
schedules work.
Uh, dude, I'm tired.
Yeah, I know. I'm literally about to go to a show.
I know. I've got to wake the fuck up. Might have to go to 7-Eleven first and get some energy, power up. I'm not gonna be doing any moshing though. I don't think my bones can handle it.
Yeah, I don't know how I can still handle it. I probably shouldn't, but I have to.
You
I don't
have
see
to.
myself ever not moshing. I can't picture a point where I ever stop moshing. It's like I can't mosh as long as I used to. Like I remember I used to be able to go to a show and just mosh for every band. It's like now if I go to a show, I'm like, all right,
Got to
I
pick.
have to mosh for one band because I'm not gonna be able to take it if I mosh for anyone else.
You got to savor the moments.
Yeah. But it's cool because it's a pop punk show technically, so I can mosh less hard and it'll still look really hard to everybody else.
True. Yeah, everyone's gonna be like,
Terrified.
as soon as you start moving, everyone's gonna
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
I'm instinctively waiting for people to scream. There's been so many times where I've had to like warn people because like I don't necessarily want to hit people. I mean, I do like hitting people. I don't like hitting people at shows who aren't expecting to get hit. Like, I don't want to hit people at a pop punk show. I'm not gonna do that at like a hardcore, like a fucking like
Yeah,
a slam band show or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's expecting to get hit at one of those shows.
Yeah, they're ready. People at a pop punk show might
Yeah,
not be expecting it right
yeah.
away.
You gotta kind of like warn the room around you, like just letting you guys know.
Things are gonna get
Yeah,
violent.
like when Tsunami played at fucking Riot Fest 2 years ago. They didn't play this year. No, yeah, it was last year they played. I keep forgetting this year's almost over.
Yeah, literally.
Yes, when Tsunami played last year, and I remember I was standing there, and there was like this like teenage girl and like her mother standing right next to me with like rain ponchos on, and I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna let you guys know. In like 3 minutes when this band starts playing, I'm gonna start moshing as violently as humanly possible this way. I just want to let you guys know that because you're in that general vicinity. They're like, oh my god, thank you so much, and they stepped and walked out of the way. They understood, and then there was like these group of like teenage like college bros like standing there in like their rain ponchos with like their like shorts and there's like sunglasses, and I'm like, hey guys, I don't mean to alarm you or anything, but in about 2 minutes when this band plays, I'm gonna start swinging as hard as possible this way, and I don't want to hit you guys because you don't look like you're expected to get hit.
They're just like, what?
Yeah, pretty much. And as soon as they hit, like a few other people start opening up the pit, I'm like, cool, I don't have to be that asshole. I'm probably gonna have to be that asshole tonight that opens the pit.
Yeah, you definitely are gonna have to be that
Yeah.
person. But it'll be
Like I said, I don't know
it'll be
any of these
needed.
other bands playing, but I don't think they're moshing bands,
I don't think
or
so.
at least my moshing bands.
No.
There might be a few push moshers in there, which is fine. I don't have anything against push moshers, just don't get in my way.
Fuck yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna hang out for a little bit, and then we're gonna go to this show. Eastwood, Chris,
Yes.
thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, of course.
We'll do this again
Yeah.
sometime.